Less emotion, more emulsion, burn it down. Less emotion, more emulsion, burn it black. Most of life is carry water, chop wood, carry water. Most of life is setting the stage and then performing on it, and the stage is whatever you want it. A lot of things need to be done without any thinking, without any emotional attachment, without any gain from them at the moment that you're doing them. Think of it's about the destination. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. It's about both. It's about valuing the staging of your life and then the acting as the hero of your life also. That it's equally viable, because there's no one without the other. I'm going to give you a nice metaphor. I've been an artist for 20 years now. About 17 of those years I've been painting graffiti on walls, letters, murals, mandalas, nature. So 17 years of painting. And the best part of the whole painting process, which sometimes it takes roughly, you go out to a wall, if you want to finish everything in the same day, it can take from 3 to 7, 8 hours. And these used to be like my favorite things to do on Saturdays in high school and college afterwards when I started working and being socially acceptable. The best parts are when you do the outline, when you do the details at the end, when you put the shines, when you put the shading, when you encompass the whole thing, when it's finalized, when the actual talent comes out. Because most of people can take a paint roller and just paint the background. Many people, not everyone, can just take a spray paint and just kind of fill in big chunks of the wall. If I gave you a spray bottle, a spray can, and told you, you don't have to exert any talent at all, artistic talent. I just need you to take this spray can and just fill in 2 by 4 times 10 this entire wall. Or I'll give you a paint and a paintbrush and a bucket and just cover this whole area just with black or blue. And most people would know how to do that. So that's not the part where your talent comes out. So you are if you want to view it in this way, you're basically spending maybe 2 to 3 hours. If, let's say, the entire graffiti process is 5 hours, you're gonna spend maybe 3 of those hours just going like this, just painting the background first, and then you're gonna sketch, and the sketching is gonna be the most amazing 10 minutes. And then after the sketch, you're gonna take your spray paint and you're gonna go like this and like this and try to get it as even as possible for the next hour. You're gonna change the paint and then you take another color and you go like this again. And this is chop wood, carry water. Chop wood, carry water. Let's get it going. Less emotion, more emulsion, burn it down. So get some oil on that water, get some gasoline on that fire for all the things in your life which are just chop wood, carry water. Because without those, there's not any stage where you can come with the black outline color and then do the wavy martial artsy 15 to 20 minutes of outlining those letters. Or if I'm doing leaves or waves, every single one of those lines is like using a sword in the martial art era. And if you don't do the first 3 hours of chop wood, carry water, or just fill in, fill in, fill in, fill in, fill in, fill in, to the point where you have to switch from this finger to the thumb, to the point where after a few years I've learned how to paint with my other hand, to at least fill in things with my other hand, because it was it was it was painful. After 1 hour of doing this, your hand cramps up, you can't do nothing. So I've learned how to, okay, this is gonna be the thumbnail, holding, or maybe not. So a lot in life is this, is setting the stage for the things that you actually enjoy. And in most cases, it's the dream of one day I get to retire. It is, after I gain this thing, I'm gonna be happy. After I have this meal today, after I have my dinner, I'm gonna be happy. But then you have the dinner and you're happy for the 15 minutes that you're eating it, and then it's gone. And then what? You're back with the same feelings, you're back with everything the same. You're back with your chop wood, carry water, go wash those dishes afterwards, go make your bed, it's almost bedtime, answer a bunch of emails for tomorrow, make some content that you maybe don't enjoy. So I really enjoy, one other example, I really enjoy making these videos. On the backlog of these videos, there is looking for tags, searching on AI, how to find good tags that people know how to search, know how to find these videos on YouTube. There is making the thumbnail, just kind of copying it into Photoshop, putting some letters on there, making a bit shading, uploading the whole thing. Thinking of, okay, what am I going to name this video? These things are not that important, but without them, there is no thing, you know. You actually have to be sitting there. If the video has 2 parts, it's at least 10 minutes sitting there on the phone, just kind of editing one next to the other. These are not horrible things. These are things that are necessary for this video to be uploaded and presented to the world, for the message to come out. This is the same with my graphic design work. When people give me their ideas, I need background to be this way, and I want these colors, and I want it to pop like this, because I'm also a graphic designer for 10 and plus years. And you have this amazing brief, and when people tell you your vision, I'm getting my visions, and you're telling me your visions. This is an amazing part. The sketching is an amazing part. And then there's also the part where you're sitting there for 2 to 3 hours just doing the lines. Just do a line, it fails, undo. Do a line, it fails, undo. And this can take hours. Just stroke, erase it. Stroke, erase it. Stroke, okay, this is a good one. Next one. Stroke, erase that one. Stroke, erase that one. My finger is here on Control Z, and my other hand is with the tablet. I work with a graphics tablet. So this hand is doing this, trying to get the lines, and this hand is just undo, 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 undo. I'm going to tell you a funny story. When I used to spend a lot of time painting and then stopped for a while and just focused on graphic design with this tablet, and then after maybe half a year of not being on a wall, I went outside, I got spray paint, and I was like, oh my God, I haven't painted a wall in 6 months. I've just been grinding the career mode, you know, getting funds, getting clients, moving things along with my therapy guidance, with my human design guidance with people, relationships, families, everything that I do, content, courses, audio courses, Insight Timer Live events. I was just focusing on everything else but painting walls. And then I got so used to one hand being stroking on the graphics tablet, the other hand undo, 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 that I went on the wall, I got a spray can, and I started doing it, and I did a stroke, and I didn't like the stroke, and my left arm sort of went into the air, almost as if I'm looking for the undo button on the wall. And I was like, oh shit, there's no, like, oh ho ho, There's no such thing here. You gotta, do I have other color now to correct it? Because you gotta have the other colors around it if you wanna undo the thing. You gotta have paint to undo the thing. And if you don't have it, that's one of the challenges. If you have exactly the amount of paint that you have, then you gotta exactly know what you're doing. You gotta be a pro. And I've been to that level just after 6 months and having the undo privilege, going back to the wall. So yeah. So a lot of things in life, even when people say, "Oh, you are ikigai," you know, you are the Japanese term for having a career which is also your passion, which is what you love, so making money out of things that you love. When I started doing graphic design, I was like, I'm gonna have a career that I enjoy. Even within this career, there is a chunk, a bigger chunk of doing the things which are chop wood, carry water, chop wood, carry water. Just logistic things, talking to people, arranging things, organizing. When in Photoshop you have a bunch of layers, naming each layer, color coding each layer, making yourself organized, back and forth calls with people, and then the actual stroke undo, try this color, no, try this color, no, so that you can enjoy that you are actually living your career. What makes your living is something that you enjoy. In that enjoyment, there's going to be a big bucket of time that it's just chop wood, carry water, just maintenance, just setting the stage for the thing that you enjoy most. And now, the punchline of the whole thing. If you live your life completely going on autopilot with the setting of the stage and living only for those shine moments at the end, it's good if you're doing it for something you love, and it's even better because it's even better to focus on everything, meaning that even the mundane, repetitive chop wood, carry water is amazing. It's amazing because then you get to enjoy 100% of your life. Otherwise, you are on autopilot, unconsciously going through the motions, and that's like 70% of your entire life. Why wouldn't you kind of make it fun? Why wouldn't you sing as you're doing the dishes? Why wouldn't you hum as you are doing the lines? Listen to some music that is fun. Why wouldn't you, like, and this can translate into anything where you can do these things with a frustrated attitude and be just kind of like, oh my God, again and again. And anything that comes in life, you can have this attitude. Why do I have to do this now? Why am I feeling this emotion now? Why do I have to chop this wood now? Why do I have to carry this water now? Why do I have to fill up this wall? And people use frustration and anger and drama, emotional drama, for all things in life, that it's like, this is not giving me dopamine at this little millisecond, so I'm gonna complain. And that ruins the whole, like, it ruins your whole frequency as a creature. It ruins your whole frequency as a creature. Do you want to be frustrated and angry for 70% of your life just to get to the dinner, or just to get to the promotion, or just to get to the outlines on the wall, or whatever it is you're doing in your life, where you are hoping to one day feel good? It's never coming. And if it comes, it's going to be there for your 10% of your life, and then you're back to the 70% of chop wood, carry water. So you better get real nice, acquainted, and enjoyable with chopping wood, carrying water. If you want to be able to walk and see things and go to places and be a tourist on your summer vacation, you gotta maintain the physical fitness of your body for the entirety of the other part of the year. Because if you stop doing that, there's gonna come a time where you have your holidays, you're not going to be able to walk. You're going to have people drive you around. You're not going to be able to see things. How are you going to swim under a waterfall? How are you going to hike? If these are things that you want, you have to chop wood, carry water, meaning do walking, basic mobility exercises, fascia release, take care of your body, your diet, your movement, your breath. If you want to be stable emotionally, you got to do breath work. You got to emotionally release. And this is not something that's enjoyable. Most of the time, the big majority of the time, emotional regulation is you sitting, breathing, and crying all the bullshit from the last week or from yesterday, or a few times a day, depending on how hectic your today was. And you know how much wood you need to chop on a daily and how much water you need to carry on a weekly. That's all up to you. Don't ignore these parts as, let's just get through this so we can get to the good parts. You're going to come to the end of your life when you choose to end it, and you're going to be like, what have I been doing the big majority of my life? Like, these are some key moments. But what is all the other stuff? You lost memories there. You've been on unconscious autopilot monkey mind. You're not even there. You're not even there. And then the point that I made in the beginning of the video saying, let's get it going, less emotion, more emulsion, burn it down. The song is called Burn It Down by Sims, a great rapper, conscious rapper, if you want to check him out. The song is Sims, Burn It Down. And he basically speaks about all these things where we're getting emotional because we have to do these things. But all you got to do is get more emulsion. What is emulsion? Something that makes fire grow, that makes things burn better. So throw some emulsion on your fire, ignore some of those emotions and thoughts, and get things done. Get things done without a lot of thinking. Because it's just chop wood, carry water. Why would you get emotional about chopping wood? You're doing yourself a disservice. You're pissing in the well that you should be drinking from. Not that that's not a good practice. Urine therapy is an amazing practice. You can search for that as well. But that's a metaphor. Don't put a branch in your bike wheel as you're driving it, and then be like, fucking government. It's you. It's you. Why would you be emotional about carry water and chop wood? Less emotion, more emulsion. Burn it down. Set the thing on fire, meaning that put some back into it. Put your gut into it. Put your core into it. Put your fire into it and get it done. Just get it done. Without a lot of thoughts. Without a lot of emotion. This needs to happen because your life's main story needs to move forward. All these other things are side quests. Food is a side quest. Dopamine hits from whatever thing that is rewarding you every day, that you're looking forward every night. That's a side quest. The 70% of your life that you're avoiding in order to finally get to the 10% at the end of the day, that's the main quest. Because this is what comprises the most of your life. This is the majority of your life. Do you want to be an automaton? A reactive creature, just, I am doing what I have been instructed to do for 70% of my life, and then for the 30%, I'm going to rest 10%, 10% enjoyment, and 10% fuck all this. So everything is our choice. Is it going to be, when people ask me, what is the meaning of life? It is, what is meaningful to you? What is meaningful to me? What is the purpose of my life is what I give it purpose. What is the purpose of your life is what you give it purpose. For me, sitting, breathing, and doing nothing is very meaningful. Because I've almost died twice in the last 9 months, 10 months. So just being alive, just breathing in the sunshine, being able to walk, This is very meaningful to me. For the 99% of humanity, this is regular, automatic, completely ungrateful thing that they're doing. And for other people, they find meaning in such trivial things that I find no meaning in. But it doesn't even have to be like this. It can be that I find meaning in painting and you find meaning in playing the piano. And for me, the piano is just not interesting. I don't find meaning in it. So the meaning of my life is to create with maybe my voice and my painting. For you, it's to create beautiful songs with the piano and maybe do gymnastics or swimming. So there's no one singular ultimate purpose than to find your purpose and find your meaning. And you can find intense meaning in mundane chop wood, carry water. And if you manage to do that, the 100% of your life is going to become amazing, because it's up to your attitude about anything that happens to you in life. For example, also, any challenge and obstacle that you face on a daily, we all face challenges, obstacles, emotional states, mental states, other people, relationship issues, relationship setbacks that we need to repair, we need to not avoid conflict, face friction between people, and friction is change. It's setting the emulsion to make things become set ablaze. And if things that come to you, if you are dealing with them like a small emotional drama child that is just throwing tantrums at every little thing that comes to them, it's gonna ruin you. It's gonna drain you emotionally, mentally. You're not gonna have the capability to overcome it. And if you deal with everything that comes your way as like a video game, as like a challenge, something happens in life, everything that happens in life, you go, okay, so what do we do now? This has happened. You cannot go back. You can only resist or face it and just go through it. And since it has already happened, and I bet that most of you don't know how to time travel and alter a reality that has already happened, I haven't mastered that yet. I can only alter present reality and my viewpoint, and this alters my future reality. And this is something you guys can do as well. So all of life is chop wood, carry water, and all of life is putting the outlines on the letters and finalizing the art piece. So it's not about the journey, it's not about the destination. It's about both of those. It's about both of those. Why would you ignore anything? Why would you deem something in your life as more important than something else? You can definitely evaluate, this was more fun, this was more pleasant, this was less painful, this was more ease, that was more disease. This was challenging, that was easygoing, flowing, turtle flow. However, if you deem everything as sacred, everything as important, everything as like not as a highlight or a low point of your life, you can have emotional highs and lows, you can have sexual highs and lows, you can have mental highs and lows, you can have creative highs and lows, you can have physical energy highs and lows, so many things. And yet you can deem them all as beautiful. You can cry and sob and it can be beautiful. You can have a fight with somebody and it can be beautiful. A lot of times when we miss somebody, we miss even the fighting, right? And when you're walking in the rain and it's pouring rain and the wind is going through your bones, your face is like this. From the whole air, you cannot relax. You are like, oh my God, why do I have to walk in this rain and this weather? And then if there's an instance in your life where you are immobilized, atrophied like I was, unable to walk by myself, unable to stand up without collapsing from pressure, from blood pressure, not being used to me walking again. I would remember even times where I was walking in the harshest winter because I was walking. The same as with fighting, the same as with anything in life that you are maybe now deeming dramatic and unable to cope with it, like a small dramatic child that doesn't have coping mechanisms. Come on, guys, come on. There are so many beautiful things in this life if we just have the eyes for them. If you just have patience, if you're just able to deem things as important and deem other things as just, they're not worth it. Some things are not worth it, and some things are so worth it, and we are not valuing them. So, chop wood, carry water is very important as well. And let's get it going. Less emotion, more emulsion, burn it down. Let's get things done. And you know, I don't know what it is for you, but you know exactly, as I've been doing the talking and you're listening to me, you know exactly which things in your life are chop wood and carry water that you can be revering as sacred. And you know which things you are why do I have to? No, you get to. You get to chop wood and carry water. You get to be here. Everything that is here is you won the lottery. You are here. So stop complaining. More emulsion, less emotion. Let's get things done. If you need any assistance about getting more oil on your fire, or any of the things that I'm ever talking about, any of my videos, human design, not independent, individuals, families, relationships, businesses, harmonizing, clarity, communication, boundaries, everybody's needs met, uniqueness through human design, archetypal balancing, elemental balancing, fascia release of the emotions, balancing the body, unifying mind, body, emotions, and spirit, which is the breath. Find my courses on the website. If you wish to get counseling, mentoring, and therapy, you can send me a DM, either on Instagram, you can contact me through WhatsApp, through the website, through Telegram, through the website, or send an email inquiry through the website, which is iCreateLines.com. The courses are discounted forever, so you can get courses. You can find me on Insight Timer. The link is also in the description, where I do live events, doodle events, or Q&As. You can come and ask questions on the live and get answers. You can donate through my PayPal if you're following my channel. Subscribe, like. The PayPal address is also in the description. If you're finding all my content valuable, you want to provide me with some Wi-Fi, some rent, some watermelon, figs. What else do we got? Am I missing something? Yeah, everything is in the description. Subscribe, like, leave a comment, and I will see you probably tomorrow. Yeah, most likely tomorrow. Peace, health, abundance. Chop wood, carry water.